Hi and welcome back. As you can see, I was a tad busy. I wanted to make this for the video. I was debating if I wanted to keep it in a dog, but I felt it would be too creepy for the video, if that made sense. Like, I think it works, yeah. Like, it'll be fine for this video. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Just a little worried about being able to creepy looking or just my paranoia came to me. But yeah, I made this beautiful looking room just for this video. Not just for this video, I mean this series. I guess a series at this point I'm making. Now, one thing I just want to say is, in a few videos, I promise there will be a fishing video. I don't know what I'll talk about, but it will be fishing. There will be fishing very soon. Like, someone was waiting that tree to grow up, just 'cause they thought it looked nice, but with how things are, I don't think it can feel like it could grow in this room. But still, like, I thought the rose would be cute. The water too. And I'm alone right now. My friends might hop on. Who knows? I did tell them I'll be muting chat, so I'll be able to speak with them, but I don't have it muted yet. Yeah, just kinda wanna know if someone does hop on so they don't somehow spook me. Yeah, I thought this would feel comforting in a way, just a very nice room to build. I wish you wanted it to be like so big that it was like surrounded by void, but I half ran out of time, half realized maybe that would not be a good idea. But still, I was like the light is so like you see how far light stretch is so big. And it took quite a while just to make this room. The entire session just to build this. I can't even breathe when talking. It's a good night. I really want to do like a much slow video. Maybe not like much mining or building or whatever, but the main thing would be I just really want to talk about myself, I guess. It's my life, some personal things. Might see this more in the next few videos, but yeah, and like I said, I tried my best to make it comforting. I had thoughts of maybe I could chuck a chicken down here, but issue is I don't have any eggs on me, and the chicken I could have dragged you saw I cooked. Yeah, didn't think that through. So feel free just to maybe just put this one in the background and listen. So I just put in a little. Without already doing much outside of this campfire and just enjoying this. I decided to build this because I thought we need maybe I could do something with it, and this is just, it's on the ground. But I guess another reason I wanted to build on the ground was remember my first base back when that pack was what the a message. But basically, I think that's me. I hope it was just me hearing things and it's me making weird sounds. Um, I remember that pack. I think back when I played on Pocket Edition Light, that pack, that pack I picture was the like image for every word we had. I think at the time we only have one word at a time, or three. It's been like it's so long, I don't remember at all. But I was gonna go with the aqua skull, but I realized that there was in this game that would look beautiful, wouldn't it? Sorry, sorry, it's my partner sent me a crazy message. Not crazy, oh, I guess I admitted it in like video two of what my hobbies were, but to put it bluntly, I thought about this part. I've decided I am not gonna name people, not gonna name their accounts. Nobody, but maybe it was specific people. But I guess it's because I just don't want to get their attention. I feel people. I feel popular people. I just have a feel that if I ever mention them or they notice me, they could just easily destroy my life or anything I want to do because they have influence and I'm terrified. It gets into a story that, for good reasons, I never want to get into out of respect for me and that person. I would never get into it. I'm something I never want to remember. And it's something I never speak about here, where it's not important. Yeah, but basically okay, back to a bit more happier topic, but my partner just sent me was, he sent me a message that said that a rapper artist that I like, one that I remember from my childhood when I first discovered my hobby, was streaming right now, and given I'm so shy, I couldn't even bring myself to even try clicking on the channel because I'm just terrified. I don't want to be noticed. It's an intense fear I have. It just doesn't feel like I'm supposed to speak to them or be around that. So I was saying now message I don't know. Kind of gets expressing what I'm saying here about being terrified. Because I did take my meds this morning, and if you read the description of the last video, you remember how I said at night I'd get anxious around this time? It's that time, and this is usually when my anxiety starts to go through the roof. My meds are helping out with this anxiety and my stresses so I don't have to freak out as badly. But I know I'm growing and such, but still, I'm terrified. I've been always debated about wanting to make videos. Was like I worry that no one would watch, but also I want to make them just for myself. But still, if this become popular, I'm terrified. So I would keep speaking in a loop, but it's just this was so unexpected. I was gonna speak about something very different by now about my childhood. But yeah, I hopefully by the end of the video I can also show you something I made. But yeah, just thinking right now. Like I said, I won't name them the artist at all. I won't name anyone at all outside of nicknames because of personal and privacy reasons. And I guess like I was saying about when I first played the game, my first base was underneath a mountain, kind of like that. It was like one of those like old generation issues where like about 20% underneath the mountain was missing, so I made a base down there out of it, and I loved it. I always wanted to recreate that one day. I want to recreate that memory, but with the new generation, I could never. That's why I prefer this environment compared to just having a house above ground. Because it was my among my first experiences with Minecraft when I started thriving. It was like what I got used to when I didn't know how this game even worked or functioned. I didn't know the basics. When I first played, I couldn't even get past night on the Xbox when I was shown the game because I didn't know what I was doing. I remember I punched like a desert, and I was picking up a cactus because it hurt me. I thought I was strong. I started beating up a villager with a cactus. I got terrified of night, so I left the world. And yeah, that mountain provided the safety and security I needed. I protected my base. I loved it. I loved being underneath that mountain. It was so comforting, and like I feel the dark at times, but you can't deny how softly comforting this is. You know this is solid. You know that you're safe. You know that you're in a place of safety. It's hard to get to you. It serves me. I'm sorry, I'm messaging my partner. So I just didn't expect this all to happen today. My God, his character model is beautiful. Yeah, just I guess it's just I keep bouncing between topics, but that's the kind of person I am. I'm not used to this. I can't focus on one topic. And I just got caught off guard within like minutes into this video from my partner sent me and the pictures he's sending me. I This is kinda the me that I try to hide. Part of the me I hide. I'm It's very raw, isn't it? I'm just not used to this. I've just been talking, and I guess you've been listening this whole time. Thank you so much for listening to me. I remember, like, I'm starting to like forget being afraid of this dog. I like that. My mom that area lit up. I'm starting to forget that. Yes, I. One thing I wanted to say was I remembered a dream. I don't know why I remember this dream. I just do. Sorry, my foot's burning again. But this dream, I I had it when I was a kid. I don't know how old I was. Maybe 7, 10, 11. I was in my old house, 'cause that's where I lived, in my old house. And I was in the kitchen, and there was a spider walking on the ground. I was afraid of it. But then I remembered I'm all strong and tough. I stood proud, and then I felt an intense pain. I don't remember this pain was on my arm or my knee, but there was a bruise with two dots on it. I ran to my room, and my mom and sister were in there, like sitting on my bed, I think, or sitting next to it, looking at these paper plates, like cutout paper plate things that a kid would make. That's all I remember of this dream. If you're curious, I theoretically had a drowning dream when I was young, but it wasn't really drowning. It was weird. Like, I remember, like, the dream, from what I can recall, I was standing in front of, like, the bathroom I would take my showers and baths in. The door was shut and closed, but water was like coming, like seeping out from underneath. I remember feeling this tug at my finger in this dream. And like, this is all the same time, by the way. Maybe I was like same age as the other dream, but I looked down. I had this flaw, like this, I don't know what you would call it. It's like you put a ring on your finger, and it's like a plastic little rubber toy. But with this ring on your finger, and it has a like it's connected to something, and it was connected to this plastic like or rubber like light green frog that was actively trying to swim. And every time it tried to swim, it would tug against my fingers, so I let it go, and it started swimming. I turned around and my stepmom I mean, not stepmom, my mom. Yeah, my original mom. My mom was on the PC doing her work at the time, which I don't remember what it was, but I think it was like converting, like typing out audio logs, I think. I don't remember what it was about. I was too young at the time to really understand. I still don't understand. And I remember just, like, I asked her, hey, can you show me how to open and unlock the front door? And she said, I'll show you after my work. And that's all this dream I remember. I think I was like afraid of drowning, the house getting flooded. Yeah. It's a weird dream, I know, but it's just coming to me right now and I'm recording this. Yeah, so I keep going quiet. I just keep saying messages to my partner, and like I said, I'm so caught off guard. And I was thinking, back to my childhood, I would say it was mixed. I feel comfortable enough to get into it here. Because I can. Because I feel comfortable enough. I will give a warning. This will possibly get into some dark territory, like possible child abuse and such. I'm fine now. I don't know that just like I said, it's very murky for me because if something bad did happen, I might have not understood it was bad. I was like a kid back then, and yeah, I don't see my original mom. I haven't seen her in like over a decade. I think I don't even I don't remember the last time I saw her at all. I don't. Okay, I'll just be honest. I just hate her. I hate my original mom a lot. I refuse to. As of this video, right now, how I feel is I refuse to forgive her. I don't want to ever see her again. Sorry, this gets a little heavy, but this is mostly going off of what my family told me. Because I can't trust my own memory because I don't remember. I was too young. They kept me away from it all. Yeah, I remember, like, my earliest memory. I was on my favorite toy horse as a kid. It was a plushie. I was small enough that I could just sit on it and sort of ride it. I remember saying giddy up and hopping forward on it. It was a brown horse with a white muzzle and tail. I loved it. I don't know what happened to it, but I liked it as a kid. I still have Tarzan next to me, my favorite plushies as a kid. I don't know if you feel that. I'm just shaking Tarzan around. It's a cat that's brown. A plush toy I'm holding now. I've always held next to me my whole life because it's one of the few childhood things I still have that's in perfect condition. Knocking on wood. Because I really do care about him and such. I've held him close and dear to me. He's over a decade old. Well, he's like, yeah. I'm just, I'm just think like my family has. I guess my dad and sister have good feelings about my mom. I just am the one who hasn't forgiven her, or I don't think I would ever forgive her. But from what I was told, was that she had a drinking problem, and I don't remember her having a drinking problem. But I trust my sister and dad and family. I do have reasons why I don't like her too. To add on to that, I remember she would go to this building that had a white circle. It was like a no, it's not a white circle. It was a blue circle with a white triangle in the middle was a blue circle was in the middle of this triangle. I don't remember if it was in the middle or more towards the top. A few years ago, I finally looked up the symbol and I learned it's Alcoholics Anonymous kind of symbol. Yeah, she did have a problem, and it's among the reasons why I never want to ever drink alcohol. It adds up to my reasons. I never want to be like whoever. I remember, I only really have positive memories of her, I guess. I remember she would always chew gum. I guess it's because it was a weight loss thing at the time. Or people would believe it helped with the weight loss, but thinking about maybe right now, maybe it was to help fix up her breath from her drinking problems. I'm just realizing that now. I, I, in my opinion, from what I remember, was when looking back at it, she seemed very manipulative to me. I That's kind of why I hate her. Is I just hate her because she felt like she was a manipulative bitch. And I know I called her a bitch. That's how I feel about her right now is calling her a bitch. Because I'm going off of what I feel now and what I remember. I remember, yeah, I remember she would never go to my grandparents' house, my nana's. She would always stay home. I'm trying my best to remember right now. I remember that. I remember that one important memory, which also really makes me hate her because I misunderstood the memory, was I remember as a kid, me and my family got into a car accident. It was me, my stepmom, it was me, my dad, and my mom. My stepmom is a good person. She's not like my original mom. So I keep saying stepmom. But I remember just I think I remember saying I want milk, I want milk. I then remember suddenly there was loud sounds, everything was spinning. I remember hearing the sound of things breaking and glass like crashing, I remember everything like just seeing broken glass as everything spun. I remember my body being in pain. Just I think there was glass on me. I was sobbing. I remember my dad saying, "I can't see. I can't see." I remember just someone carrying me out, just grabbing me, and my was like floating. Good for once, then again, then my next memory picks up. I'm on the ground on a blanket surrounded by strangers, looking up at the sky on the side of the road. I think I was airlifted by a helicopter. I remember my next memory. It was a very kind nurse. I was in a hospital bed, and she gave me this teddy bear. Yeah, and from what my dad said, the correctest memory was we got ran off the road by a truck, like a semi truck, I think. My mom, she didn't even try and help me or my dad. She just jumped out of the car immediately. She didn't even bother with her own son. My dad had to grab me and pull me out. She didn't even try helping to what he said. I trust him on this because the memory kind of adds up with this. Yeah, that's kind of why I hate her now. It's stuff like that. It's just I hate her because of things like that. I hold those that dislike towards her. I. This is where it gets more rough. I never remember her drinking or getting drunk. Maybe my mind suppressing those memories. Maybe she was good at hiding it, or that's why I was always at my grandparents' house. I loved seeing my grandparents and staying overnight at their house. Maybe that's why. Yeah, I remember just like my dad didn't want me on YouTube because of people cursing, and I with my sister I was starting to curse too, which was not good. But my stepmom, I guess, wanted on my good side. I guess it was when the divorce stuff was coming up. She wanted me to possibly stay with her, I guess. She allowed me to watch YouTube as much as I pleased. I would always get off last second before my dad got right when my dad got home because I was scared of him. I remember once I didn't want to make cookies. I wanted to watch YouTube videos, and you know what that bastard, you know how that bitch did? She fucking sold me out. She said, "Oh, my name didn't want to make cookies because he was too busy watching YouTube." I remember my dad yelling, "YouTube? Yeah, she's a bitch. She could have kicked me off the computer and made me help, but nope. She wanted us to do that, so I guess that's what she somewhat thought about me. Yeah, I, I don't remember if my parents ever caught me when I did this, but I remember the only real painful memory from this time I can remember that there was a problem in my family was my parents arguing. I remember them sitting on the couch. I remember like uh, a kid show playing on the TV. I won't get into the. I like the show at the time. I think it was called Mad. It was like the Avatar episode. I think was on TV. I could be badly misremembering right now, but yeah, I just think that was playing on TV at the time. I don't know why it would be, but I remember them arguing, and my mom was pissed. She said, "You know what? I'm out," or something like that. I watched her get up and storm out of the house and slam the door shut. After that, I remember she started living in a house of her own, and I would go over to visit her. I remember like a mini fridge with like Capri Suns and those snacks. And this is also why I hate her. Is I remember she would threaten me with, "Do you want to go back to your dad's house?" And I'd say, "No, I don't want to." Yeah, if I guess kind of why I think she was trying to manipulate me, maybe a misunderstanding, but to me, that's how it seemed. I could be telling an incorrect story of things, but that's kind of how I feel about her still because of that. Yeah. And then just one day I just didn't see her anymore. I heard her over call. She was with her brother now and they had a cute cat. I remember she sent me and my sister a box with a lot of gifts like coloring books and such and candy. And after that, I just never heard from her again or seen her again. Yeah, I hate her. I never knew how bad of a person she was till I got older. I didn't know about a drinking problem either till I became like an adult. She planted the thought, "Oh, my dad's a bad guy," into my head, made me want to be with her. Yeah, because it kind of added to the whole spiral of mess that happened afterwards for everyone, for all of us. Yeah, I just didn't understand any of this was even wrong. I have another memory from this time where I think it's like I got in trouble because a kid was annoying me and because he wouldn't stop, I attacked him. I think this might be correlated to that. I could be badly misremembering and combining two separate events into one. And the fucked up part is I think my parents didn't even know about this, so I told them about it many years later. But I was made for 3 days to stay in the principal's office, like in the office, the front end of a school, the offices. And they had me sit in a chair. And this chair was one of the ones that were connected to the desk. On both sides were little blockers made up out of a part of the desk. And I remember just there was like a window to the left, and we were told we're not allowed to speak, we're not allowed to look around, we have to stay sit in the chair facing forward, we cannot turn around, we cannot make noise, we cannot play with anything, we can't play with the paper, or the pencil, or the eraser. All we're allowed to do is do our schoolwork and stay quiet. We're not even allowed to read a book. And we just have to sit there and face forward for basically the entire school day. I think we're only allowed two bathroom breaks. Yeah, I have like two bathroom breaks. Either it was like 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, but I think it was more like two in the like I don't know, it was more like 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Yeah, and you'd only do your schoolwork and they would get you lunch for you. Like if you had like if you want to get cafeteria lunch, they'll grab it for you, something like that, or they'll let you go grab it. We had your backpack. I had my backpack with me, and I bought a sacked lunch, so I would just eat it a sandwich there. And we had like a few minutes for lunch, and I had to stay sitting there the entire day, and they never told my dad about this. Yeah. And remember, it sounds like I was a teenager. This was middle school. Not, I don't know, it was middle or elementary. I was like around, I would say I was around second to fourth grade. Because, yeah, after my fifth grade year, I moved. So, yeah, second to fourth grade is most likely when this happened. I was a young kid, and they just did that to me. So, yeah, it's fucked, isn't it? Yeah, I remember, Ow. Sorry, just moving chairs. I feel like a change of scenery is needed. It's been like 34 minutes of straight talking. Um, I guess the next thing I could talk about is because I'm feeling a little uncomfortable to talk about this time of my life. I guess I could talk about another thing that happened was when I got into my hobby. I know it's more like what it is, but yeah, it's weird stuff when you're a kid. I should get into it. It's not, maybe this is not the video to get into it. I don't think so. And it was just one of the simple things. I saw a cartoon, and yeah, yeah, you kind of see what happened. Looked it up, and I was done for from there. I remember one. I could try getting this one memory of mine. I kind of afraid to because I'm unsure if I should get into this memory because it could cause a potential just complete and utter breakdown suddenly. I can talk about it loosely though I can't go into detail, but it relates to the YouTube thing. I was sheltered as a kid, very sheltered. You know, not allowed to play mature games, not allowed to watch things that are PG-13 till I was old enough, and so on. I was really sheltered growing up. There's so many things I was never told. I was just kept in the dark of all the stuff I was told. Oh, you just be told it when you're old enough, but they never bothered to. Yeah, I remember just this painful memory. I'll go over it loosely, just sort of a breakdown. It's that bad. I literally have to I somewhat take medication. Just like medication does help me with it. So because for like so many years it would just control my life. I would be happy, then I remember it, and I just have like the worst day ever just because I remember it. And sure, just sort of a breakdown. And this memory is a suppressed memory, by the way, but I was doing good in school, getting Fs. I was very unhappy in life, and this was the time in life when I put it lightly, I didn't want to exist anymore. It was one that was actually very bad. When I was probably at my lowest moment, I just didn't see any point in life. And I would stay up to like 2 a.m. to watch videos on YouTube because my dad would not let me watch them because I guess I did have a problem though. And and now this part also fucked me up badly. It broke my trust a lot, even to like record or talk to people. It's why I'm struggling so much to talk about certain things in these videos you might see. Is I was going through a very rough patch. I wrote some concerning things in a notebook because I was just having a bad day, and school had me talk to a counselor, and I treated this counselor like a therapist. I needed one badly at the time. I told her how I've been feeling about not wanting to live and such. And you know what they did? You want to know what they did that fucked me up so badly? They told me this would be consequent. They told me that this is between me and them. And they just straight up immediately after told my dad everything. All I told them, they told him without my consent. I guess because I was like 16 at the time. But Yeah, I think Dad checked me out of school early, and the first thing I get when I get in the call, he starts screaming at me. He told me that I am too young to be depressed. Yet now I'm on antidepressants. And yeah, he would yell at me. I remember him like suddenly mentioning my hobbies and asked, "Why do you like that?" I just said, "It's a hobby." He says, "No, it's not a hobby. This is not a hobby. Why do you like this?" I say, "It's a hobby." He says, "No, it cannot be a hobby. Why the fuck do you like this?" I mentioned that I felt ashamed and embarrassed. He said, "Okay, so if you feel that way, then why do you like this stuff then?" That kind of fucked me up for a part of my life afterwards. Just the thought of why did I like this to afraid. And I remember seeing my room right here, facing the same direction, same way, same wall as I sat here on my bed. Him going through everything, asked me why did I fucking like this, cursing at me and screaming at me. He was ashamed of me. He said you shouldn't like this stuff, it's wrong. He then just went through everything asking me to repeat the same thing. I kept trying to say the same thing and he kept retaliating with those questions. And he then just put he took my phone away. He put a he besides the punishment to put a heavy restriction on all my devices. Stuff like I had only 2 hours on Xbox before I'd be completely locked out of my console. I had any game that was above E. I was not allowed to play anymore because he's kind of screwed. Well, I was not allowed to play at all. Like, literally, he put in a parent control thing so I couldn't play anything above an E-rated game. I also just never had Xbox Live, so I never had friends I could really play with. Now, there was that one person I played with online with some Xbox Live, and I had Xbox Live, I think. I played with somebody. Like, I don't remember what time period this was, but it was like a fun in school I now hate. But other than that, I remember this, yeah, like literally anything above E-rated, I could play. I could not use like basically any website on the internet. I literally had no internet access anymore. I couldn't use YouTube. I couldn't look up anything that was above like G rated, I guess, because it would just be locked on my iPod. And I had this for years. I became socially isolated at school because I knew nothing about memes. I knew nothing everyone else liked because I could not keep up with it because I had no access. I had no friends. And because I couldn't keep up with anything at the time, no one wanted to be my friend. I really had no friends. My only way of making friends was to lie that I had internet friends. Eventually, I guess my dad completely forgot about this event that happened. Also, I forgot to say I could not even download apps. He removed me from the iCloud. I had no iCloud, which caused my iPod to completely break because the storage limit hit max. Because of that, I couldn't download updates anymore. I couldn't play games anymore. I couldn't use my iPod. It was literally becoming unusably bad. Yeah. You're wondering I'm crying right now. Just been trying to remember that lightly. It's it's been like a decade. well, not a decade at this point. It's almost been a decade. And still, even with antidepressants and medication, I still start to break down at the thought of it. Thought of that memory. I'm gonna send a message to my partner real quick. I'm just letting him know I'm crying that if man definitely need him after this recording to help cheer me up. You know, this is therapeutic for me to get out this way in these videos. Instead of just shoving them back down constantly to a fiery snap. So it's a healthy way of doing this. Yeah, I remember. Just that memory would never leave me, ever. I, I remember, I got older, my dad, I guess, forgot. He was very confused. Because I guess he also put a somewhat similar restriction on my phone, but less severe. I think I was able to use YouTube, but I still had time. I could be on my phone after a certain time and such. And a few other things. Yeah, I couldn't download apps without his permission, and he was confused. Why do you never download apps? Why don't you get anything from your phone? And I see it asks me for your permit. It says I cannot do it because I need permission. He was confused by that. I remember watching Monty Python Holy Grail for the first time, and he was confused when I mentioned that I wanted to continue watching, but I couldn't because I got locked out of my Xbox by the timer. And I guess and it like he forgot about it. I think he even almost forgot the password too. It took him a bit. I think it took him a bit to undo it and disable the password and time lock. Yeah, and then eventually forgot about that on my phone too. He was confused. He was very confused why I couldn't access anything on my phone, and I remember he actually legit forgot the password and everything. He legit forgot he did that. He forgot he did any of this. I remember one summer morning, I got a message from him saying that he managed to remove it all, remove the password, lock, and everything on my phone, so I could do as I wanted. I didn't trust him. He told me he wouldn't get mad at me for watching YouTube. He said he knows, but I don't trust him in the slightest. He showed me what he would do in the past. He showed me the ranks he would go. How he would yell at me, and he just forgets about it. That's why even as an adult, I just always hide my phone. It's second nature now just to keep doing this. I possibly break out because I'm terrified. So what if? I don't want to lose everything now. And if it's all sad to wipe my eyes, it's you. Time is running short. There's something I want to show you though. I wanted to end this video on a bit more of a happy note. I'm crying so much, just actually getting emotional. Thank you for listening. It's meant a lot if you listen to all of this. All this like 40 minutes of me just talking, if you listen to it all, that means so much to me. So I just needed to get it off my chest. I want to end this video on a happy note. As you see there, that's Stone Island. That's my base. This is what I made off camera that I wanted to start this video with, but I decided to make the area down there and get off some personal feelings. I think this could, be the start to something bigger. As you'd see a pit to weed mobs into, it's a kinda house to keep safe out here. Yeah, this is what I made. I hope it's amazing. It's not much right now, but I don't know what to put. I really don't know what I should put in here. I could always turn it into a second base because I also want to make a boathouse because of its access to the ocean. If you leave in the comments what I should possibly put in here, I'm not gonna make like a KFC flyer for chickens in here. But I want to keep that mountain my main base. I do want to make a tunnel leading from my base to here. And down here is to kill mobs. To throw in. That's the annoying thing I mentioned in one of the small videos. I hate that door. 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 I had some other thoughts that it's a future plan of mine I'm going to be doing with some of the leftover resources. I'm thinking about making a sky island over the sea. Right there. Like that we could just look out together and we could see it. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Just see it up there, the lights. See it kind of glow. See the light shine against the moonlight as it goes to the ocean. I think it will look like a lovely as a small little build idea. I want to make this underground area underneath here that leads to like an area underneath the sky island and leads to my base. And later leads to my friend's base, which I think would be next video most likely. That's my plan. I got the coordinates. It's a very long trek, but we got each other. I've got a lot of stuff on my mind I can speak about and tell you about as we explore this world together. Turn into an artistic canvas for my feelings. It's plain day now. Thank you all for watching. I might spend the rest of the night with my partner, hopefully. I think this would be a good frame to end it on. Good night, everyone. See you all next time.